Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about ChatGPT and why it's such a big deal. You might have seen it on the news for the past couple of weeks and you might be wondering, well, what's the big deal about this? Or how can I use this as just a regular person? So today we're going to be covering about 5 real examples on how you can use ChatGPT in your everyday life. Now, if you're new to ChatGPT, I encourage you to check out their website. I'll put a link in the description below. Just check it out. It's very easy to make an account and just try it out for a little bit. And once you get that going, just come back to this video and you'll be able to see exactly what you can do with ChatGPT. So without further ado, let's just get started. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is using ChatGPT to help you write email messages. So I don't know about you, but I struggle finding the right words and verbiage to say certain email messages. So for example, I work for a nonprofit and the other day I had to write an email asking for donations, but I didn't know how to word it. So I was struggling a little bit. So I actually just asked ChatGPT to help me out without sounding too pushy. So I asked it, write an email asking for donations without pressuring anyone. So if you type that out, you actually get a really nice template of an email. It is much more well thought out than anything I could have written. And as you can see, it's not fully complete. It allows you to put in your own words. I wouldn't use this straight up how it came out. You can tailor it to how you want, but this is a really good starting point to be able to go from there. Another example is that you can probably use it to write an email asking your boss for a raise. Let's do just that. And again, as you can see, it types out a really nice email saying, hey, I've been reflecting on the contributions in this company. I understand that there are constraints, but a very nice, polite way of asking for a conversation about a raise. Again, this is something that's way better than what I could have come up with on my own. And I'm sure this is a struggle that many of us face each and every day when we're writing emails. All right, number 2 is actually an extension of the first one. You can use ChatGPT in general to help you write any type of message. You can ask it to say, hey, how do I tell my friend that he's being a jerk without me sounding like a jerk? You can type that out right away. You can type that out to ChatGPT and it will give you a really good guideline of how to approach the situation. And at the end, be able to kind of give you an example of it. Can you give me an example of a text message that I could send my friend? And again, maybe you wouldn't directly copy and paste this, but this is a really good template to go from there. I don't know many places where you can actually go and do something like this. Again, this came out much more eloquently than what I would have thought on my own, or at least I would have spent hours trying to craft a correct message. Okay, number 3 is that you can actually use ChatGPT to help you find a job. Now, specifically, you can use ChatGPT to help you write a cover letter if you needed to. So for example, I've asked it, can you write a cover letter for me as a software engineer applying to Google? It starts writing a really good cover letter that then you can use as a template. Obviously, you'll be putting in your own specifics. For example, your specific companies you've been working for or the specific skills that you want to elaborate on. But this gives you a really good template on to get started. Now, you can ask ChatGPT to make this letter shorter and it will do it right there in front of you. And that's one of the key differences between this and anything else that we've seen. Like, you might be asking, like, how is this all different from Google? Like, you could ask Google for a cover letter and it will probably bring you to websites where there's different templates, or maybe there are websites where you can build passages to build a cover letter, or ultimately you might be directed to a website where it's a service where someone actually writes a cover letter for you. That's all well and done, but the key thing here is that you're actually having a conversation with someone in ChatGPT. Like, we've been trained for the past couple of years to know what keywords to search for and to know how to go through links to be able to find the answer that we need. Now with this is a totally game changer. We don't have to think like we're talking to a machine. We can actually think like we're talking to a real human being and ask it, can you help me write a cover letter? Can you include these specifics? Can you help me make it shorter? Can you help me make it longer? And that's the key game changer of why this is so important and why this is such a big deal for everyone in the tech industry. So for example, here I asked it to make it shorter and it actually made it a lot shorter. And you can't do that with Google right now. All right, number 4, you can actually have ChatGPT to help you summarize very big complicated things. So for example, you can ask it to say, hey, can you explain to me how the internet works? And it will actually give you a really good synopsis of how these things work. You can ask it to dive into a specific topic if you want. But generally, this provides a lot of good synopsis on how all these things work. You can ask it for a book summary, and you can ask it to say, give me a summary of Pride and Prejudice so you don't have to read the book. Here's a fun bonus tip. ChatGPT can actually be very creative. For example, you can ask it, can you explain how an internal combustion engine works in the style of Eminem? And as you can see, it actually writes a legitimate song that actually rhymes and actually explains how an internal combustion engine works. It's honestly pretty amazing, kind of scary, but you can have a lot of fun with this. Okay, number 5, you can ask ChatGPT to help you plan any part of your day. So, for example, you can ask ChatGPT, can you help me make a meal plan for the week? And the more specific you are, the better of the answer you're gonna get. So, let's try, can you help me make a meal plan for the week? I am trying to avoid red meat and stick to a 1500 calorie diet. Oh, and make it keto friendly. And so here you go. It will actually give you a day-by-day breakdown of what you should have for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and even snacks in between. And it actually has the calorie breakdown of each of these foods. Now again, you can go on and Google search for all of this, but to have it just show up right then and there as a conversation piece is a game changer. You can even continue the conversation with ChatGPT. So let's say you can ask it, hey, can you give me the recipe for that Monday morning breakfast? And even though I spelled it wrong, it actually gives me the ingredients and everything I need to do to perform that Monday morning breakfast. So as you can see that this is actually way more powerful than just trying to go through Google and finding exactly what you need to do. You can be very specific and get the exact answer that you're looking for. So I hope this gave you a couple of ideas of what you can do with ChatGPT. I challenge you that the next time you're stumbling a question or troubled with something, just go to ChatGPT and ask it, and you'll be surprised what answer you can get. I'd also love to hear how you've been using ChatGPT in your everyday lives, and if there was something here that I didn't mention. I'm gonna upload a couple of videos about how to use ChatGPT to make money, how to use it as a creator, and how to use it as a developer. If any of those interest you, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on these videos. I hope you liked this video, and I'll make sure to chat with you later.